All right, everybody, this is the training video for 20SymbolsFL. This is first period, and first period check-in. Okay, so we're going to start in Adobe Illustrator. If you are working off the handout, this handout, it's on Elements of Design, the Elements of Design handout, and we're on the last assignment here, the 20SymbolsFL. So we start with Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. We're going to make sure it's the 2017 version. We're going to go File, New. We're going to set to Print, Appear, Print. And we want to change points to inches. And we want to change the name of this to 20 Symbols. Okay, FL. And then we click Create. All right, so 20 symbols. Here we go. Reminder, if your screen, when you first turn the Illustrator on, is missing the toolbar or something, you could always go up here to Window, Workspace, and then go down here to Reset Essentials, and that'll straighten you out. That'll get you fixed, okay? And I'm going to collapse my panels. So I just have them here. I'm going to open up my swatch panel, my color picker. I'm going to set my fill and stroke. And remember, we use X. I'm down here now. We use X to jump between the two. So I'll put fill on top first. Go get some shade of blue. And we hit X. Getting stroke on top down here. And go with a cool magenta. Yeah, there we go. So this is symbols, 20SymbolsFL. So now we're going to take symbols plus the brushes and the shapes to create some cool design. Remember to try to tell a symbol using all these drawing tools. Okay? You want to make a picture. So when we see it, we could say that it's saying something to us. It's not just a collage of stuff. Of course, that works too for full credit. But if you want to get that extra, and we know everybody does, everybody wants extra, you got to give me a story, okay? Show me something. All right, so symbols. If you click here on the panels on the right, the symbols are the little three-leaf clover right below the brushes. Okay, you open that up, and you can tear it out if you want. Now we'll leave it there. I'm going to go ahead and pull this down because I might need some more. It's got any symbol you've already used, plus it has some default ones. But I want to show you how you can get a lot of symbols. Okay, so I'm going to go to the bottom left, and that's the library. And we've got all these different categories of symbols. Okay, we've got all these different ones. I'm going to go to flowers. Okay, let me stretch this out a little bit. Put that right there. And I'm going to pick a flower. Okay, and I got a hibiscus. If you hover over it, it'll tell you what the flower is. Just to let you know, there's a way to change the colors of these symbols, but it's beyond what I want you to know how to do for this project. So we'll cover that some other time. Just take the colors that you get there. So I pick a symbol, and I can just come out. I can just drag it right on out. Drag it right on out. See how I did that? Just dragged it out from the symbols library. And I can grab a corner edit box, and I can change its size. I can also click on it and move it around with the selection tool. I'm on the selection tool, by the way. I can rotate it. Also, I could flip it over if I want it. If I want the flower to be facing to the right instead of to the left, watch what I do, guys. Watch this. I'm going to click right on that middle edit box on the right side, and I'm going to flip it over to the left side. It's like flipping it. like flipping the card, and it'll change the direction. That works for everything in Illustrator and in Photoshop. Pictures, graphics, text, works for everything. All right, so there we go. There's a flower. Okay. And if you use these arrows down here, you can move through the different symbols that are built in. There's a lot of them. Here's a cool one. You got a rocket ship here. Bring that rocket ship out. Right? Again, I could flip it if I want. Now here's another cool thing. If you use the Option key, hold down the Option key, you click on a symbol that's already there and you get another symbol. Holding down the Option key, then you get another symbol, and you get another one, and you get another one, and you get another one. Just by holding down the Option key, you could click and drag out multiple copies. This also works for everything that's an image or text in Illustrator or Photoshop. Holding down that Option key, what you click and drag is the keyboard shortcut for copy and paste. Okay? And there's another thing that's super cool. This is going to blow your mind. Okay? There's a spray can. There's a tool called the Symbol Spray Can tool. Oh my God. Okay? It's all the way down here at the bottom. It's all the way down. Look for the eyedropper tool. Look on the look towards the bottom near the this 2/3 mark. Go to the eyedropper tool, and right to below it, it says the Symbol Sprayer tool. Symbol Sprayer tool. It's a brush, so you can change the size of the brush. Okay? The way you change the size of the brush is to use the bracket keys on the keyboard. The bracket key on the keyboard. Okay, the bracket, I'm going to paint it. The bracket is the key that looks like that. That's a bracket, and it's up there and below the delete key on the main part of the keyboard. So it's the bracket. It's the bracket. Okay? And it's right below the parentheses on the key. So see those two bracket keys there on the keyboard? Top right. Here's the keyboard. Here it is right here. It's those keys right there. Those keys right there. Okay? All right. So one bracket, the right bracket, will make your... Oh my God, I lost my toolbar. I lost everything. What happened? What happened? Okay, so I go to Window, Workspace, Reset Essentials. That gets it all back to me, right? See, that happens, especially when you lift your keyboard and move it around. All right, back to the spray can. Oh my God, unbelievable. So the right bracket, the bracket that opens to the left, I should say, makes the brush bigger. And the bracket that opens up to the right makes the brush smaller. So you can use the keyboard to keep both hands going. Now I click, hold, and drag, and it sprays. It sprays. It sprays that symbol. You open up my symbols again.
I like that.
Back to library. Let's go to Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist, and I get some DNA strands and spray some DNA all over the place. You're not getting in trouble for it. All right. So there you go. Spray, symbol spray can. Okay, that's got to be one of the most awesome tools on Illustrator. Okay, so that's the symbol library. And remember, you could also just click, hold, and drag a symbol out as another way of getting the symbols out onto the screen. If you do like using that spray can, if you click and release, you'll just get one. Just click and release, you just get one. But if you click and hold, that's when you get, it gets a lot. All right. Also, feel free to go ahead and tear out those shape tools and go ahead and use, remember the up and down arrow to increase or decrease the number of points of a star. Okay. Oh, I have no colors set all of a sudden. Right? So you could also, to help tell your story, use the basic shapes and, of course, brushes. And now that we're talking about brush size with the brush, right, you could also use those bracket keys to change the size. Okay, so you can use the bracket key to increase or decrease the size of the brush. Did I cover that on the brush, 20 brushes?
Yeah.
I did? With the bracket keys? Oh, okay, good. All right, well, that's it. Get going. When you're done, you're going to, or if the bell rings, you're going to say File, Save As. You're going to make sure it says 20SymbolsFL.ai. You're going to make sure it's going into your graphic or your documents.
Wait, what did we name it?
And 20SymbolsFL. And you're going to click Save.
I don't want to keep Spain.
Click OK. Question, how could I start over again right now? What could I do to start over? Command A, delete, of course, would be to start over. If you wanted to, you play, now you create. You want to be creating in here every day, if possible, you guys, okay? Create every day. You're creators. Now, once okay, I'm going to go now and export it. So I'm done. I've saved it. So now I'm going to go File, Export, File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. Keep it as a JPEG high. Set it to JPEG high. Set the width to 250. Please remember to do that. Your images on web starts to be too big, and you'll have to resize them. And then you click Save, and then you click Save, and then you make sure it's going into Documents, and you click Save again. Then Alan and Jacob and Leslie and Kevin, and then you log into your web starts. Oh my God. All right, you guys could go. I got to finish this training video. Say wave goodbye on the way back. Remember, the camera sees everything. I got to go to MrJaffe.net, and I've got to go to Web Starts. I've got to log in to Web Starts. I've got to edit my site. I'm going to go over here to Graphics. I'm going to go Insert, Image, Upload. I'm going to go to Documents, and I'm going to look for 20SymbolsFL.jpg. And I'm going to double click, and I'm going to place that right here. Make sure you're keeping inside of the dotted lines that are on the left and the right. And then I'm going to label it with the title text tool. I go up here. I call this 20 Symbols FL. Remember, FL is your initials. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to make it 24 point. Click out. Click back. Put a tight text box around that. And place that right below. And then I'm going to save it. Don't show this again, not now. And that's it. Go to my dashboard and log out. And we are done.